Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Hello and welcome to Unequal Sequel
Extra.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's that exciting time of the year. Sequel season has officially started.
Woo.
We can get excited. There's sequel after sequel after sequel after sequel in the next few months.
Yeah.
Hollywood's, the studio who's finally allowed us to review sequels. I mean, we've had, what was it, Bridget Jones? Is that the only one we've had this year so far? We've done some remakes. We've done some prequels.
No, we did. So, Bridget Jones.
Okay, let's talk about 2025 sequels.
Yeah, 2025 sequels. So, it was
You dare put Mufasa in this.
I wasn't going to. Bank of Dave 2.
I forgot about Bank
and
of Dave.
also Section 31.
Both
I can see sequels this year. That both forgettable, but both new sequels this year.
Do you know what? Bank of Dave 2 is so much better than Section 31.
It really is.
So, but here we are. We are Unequal Sequel. We extra, as Rich puts it. On Fridays, we talk about something sequel based. And most of those Fridays in the past has been sequel reviews. Every year, it takes a little bit longer, it seems, still for sequels to really roll out. Are you finding that?
Yeah, it has seemed to take a while to get going.
Yes, because the first year I felt like we got going pretty much straight away in January. There were some screams and stuff. And even last year there's some early ones. And we've really had to scrabble around for like the Banks of Dave 2 and Section 31 and stuff.
Yeah.
So the first up is the sequel to the 2016's The Accountant, starring Ben Affleck. This one's called The Accountant 2.
It is.
So from 2025, a 9-year gap. Rich is now going to tell us the synopsis of the sequel.
Okay. The synopsis of this stupid movie.
Okay, here we go.
I'll do a bit of The Accountant, the first one as well, because you need that.
Yes, please. That'd be good.
Ben Affleck plays the most stereotypical autistic person you've ever seen in a movie ever, who is a maths savant and also an assassin. He has a complicated relationship with his brother, played by John Bernthal. And they were both brought up by their army dad to essentially be killers, which they are. But he's also an accountant because, autism, numbers.
They love numbers. Yeah.
Fuck off.
We've all seen Rain Man, Rich.
Yeah, haven't we?
Shit.
In this movie, I don't know if he's retired, but he's certainly not as active as he is in the first movie. Christian Wolf is his name, I think. I'm not sure. He's got lots of different names. But he is basically brought back out of retirement from the death of J.K. Simmons, who is in the first movie, he's like a federal agent who has sympathy with the accountant, essentially. He's supportive and helping him-ish, I think.
Because they supply him with other things to
basically
take down.
The accountant kills bad guys, pretty much. He's an assassin, but he kills bad guys. So J.K. Simmons is trying to find this family that have gone missing, and he is killed in that process, and that brings Ben Affleck out of retirement, who then seeks to try and find this family. I'm not going to give you any more than that, because that's where it gets fucking stupid.
I don't think the plot is good in
No,
this film.
no, it is not. It's really, really not.
It is also one of those sequels I feel like you need to watch the original.
Oh, yes, you definitely do.
I watched it the night before. I watched it ages ago in 17.
Okay.
But watching it again on Friday night made me feel like I was watching a whole new movie again. Certain things were popping back, and it's okay. You know, I'm sure you've got deeper feelings than me because your background, your son.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to get into them straight away, or do you want to talk about the film?
I need to get into them straight away because...
Okay, I thought that would be a way.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched the first one, and I agree, as a movie, it's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. As a representation of people with autism, it's fucking awful. Like, it is genuinely terrible. It's like it's been written and acted and produced and created by people who've never even tripped over a person with ASD, let alone involved anyone with that condition in the production of this. It treats autism as a superpower, which it isn't. It's somehow in becoming an adult, Ben Affleck no longer has autistic meltdowns. They appear to have disappeared. He's now perfectly fine in lots of different environments that he previously wouldn't have been. I'm not sure that really is as easy as this movie makes out it to be. Okay. I mean, yeah, just the whole kind of autistic savant trope that Hollywood loves is, and of course he's got autism. He loves maths. I have an autistic son. He hates maths. It's literally his
that's a shame.
He hates it more than anything. Like, give him like ancient Greece any day of the week. And you know, if I don't know, it just doesn't ring true to any autistic person I've ever met or spoken to. And
yeah,
I don't think that's just me thinking that. I think there are other people out there that think that about these movies too. Yeah,
we've spoken a lot recently about autism. Obviously, we've always talked about your boy, but we've also had Pierre Novelli on, Stuart Laws we had on, both have autism in comedy. We also recently discussed that Power Rangers movie with an autism character, which you said wasn't a bad representation.
It wasn't terrible. Like, it was certainly
it was a step forward, then a step back.
It was definitely better than this. Okay. Because at least that character had some vulnerability. Like, yes. In this, it's very much the kind of... this is worse than Rain Man, I would say, because essentially this is saying that Ben Affleck is some sort of superhero. Like, his autism makes him a superhero. Like, and that's just inaccurate. It's just inaccurate. And it makes light of what people with autism have to deal with every day and how difficult life can be. Like, it does show him having some challenges, but then it dismisses those. Like, he goes on speed dating and it completely dismisses those challenges by making it all about he was then just testing the algorithm of the company. He wasn't actually trying to go speed dating. He was like testing out their algorithm and changing it for them. Like, it's not... Most people with autism that I know just want to exist. You know, they don't operate like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory or like Ben Affleck in this movie. You know, they just want to be normal. You know, they're self-aware. And they say normal, I'm going to put normal in inverted commas, but they feel anxious because they don't want to be judged. Like, that's my experience of people with autism. And I might be wrong, and I don't have autism myself, so potentially I'm coming at this from the wrong angle, and maybe there's loads of people out there that feel really empowered by seeing an autistic character in a movie like this. But for me, I think it just sends the wrong message, personally. But
yeah, I did wonder your feelings of it because I'm not autistic. I don't have an autistic child. I went into it, both these films, just watching it as like a movie, and yeah, I agree. The autism bits are. What's the word? Hilarical, like just comical. It's almost comical at this point.
It is, yeah.
But some of the action's good, and I would watch him and Affleck, him and Bernthal bicker for probably a whole movie.
That's the best thing about these movies. The best bit about there's a scene in this second movie where they go to a bar and they do line dance. Like, Ben Affleck does line dancing again. I probably have issues, but I think that's the best bit of this movie. Like,
yeah, it was a great scene.
That actually shows actual relationships and human worth, and and it's John Bernthal who looks after his brother, like not the other way around. You know what I mean? He protects his brother.
And he's the younger brother.
He's the younger brother, yeah. But he's obviously been protective of his brother. There were lots of points in that first movie where I just wanted to grab the dad and shake him and be like,
the dad's not a nice guy.
What are you doing?
When we were rewatching it the other day, my wife was like, do you reckon we're going to see the brother in the second film? I was like, we've seen him in the first film, love. She's like, what? I was like, he may be the one on the other side of this whole storyline that we'd be watching. She's like,
did she not realise that was his brother?
No, and she's watched it.
Okay. I like the reveal at the end of the first movie of Justine, when she uses the AAC device, and that's the voice. I think that's pretty cool.
Has that got out of hand in the second film? Like,
yeah, and it's a totally different actress as well, isn't it? So
an MI5 Mission Impossible style, like X-Men Academy, like. Well, they've got going on.
Yeah, and not a single one of those kids had any kind of meltdown or anything during that point. And none of them seem to have any sort of pathological demand avoidance or, any other issues.
Because they're completing the tasks, Rich. I've watched the movie.
Yeah, okay.
We've got to talk about that. We do got to talk about keeping it light. Got to talk about the stupid storyline.
Okay.
Because what the fuck?
What the fuck? What the fuck sums it up quite fucking nicely.
There's bits of this film I really enjoyed. Like I said, Affleck and his brother really liked all that stuff, to be fair. Some of the really good action scenes. Yes, the autism bit is horrible. But the storyline, I don't get why everyone's so passionate about this family a little bit and how it all connects together into like a plot that we should really be caring about.
I didn't realise what the fuck was going on with that for a long time. I did like the baddie. I'm like,
okay, spoilers.
Well, I wasn't going to spoil. Yes, let's do spoilers just in case. Okay.
Okay, I'm just putting it out there.
So the bad guy, I didn't realise who he was for ages. I was
the bald guy.
Yeah, I was like, who is what?
It makes it very hard to care about what the fuck's going on.
I'm not going to lie. I did fall asleep for about 5 minutes in the middle.
Okay. Do you remember which middle bit? Did you get the whole...
I don't know what bit I missed. I was asleep.
Oh, yeah. A woman had an accident, reconstruction surgery.
I got that bit, yeah. I got all the main bits. I understood it. I
was just about grabbing onto what was going on. I was like, but is this good? So, I don't think that bit was.
We've said spoilers, so...
Spoilers!
Basically...
Put it together. Start the beginning. What was J.K. Simmons trying to do?
J.K. Simmons is trying to find this family from El Salvador that have gone missing. No fucking clue. Oh, well, he's been paid to, hasn't he, by her dad, by the woman's dad. He's hired J.K. Simmons to find the family, right?
They really got to ram that home a little bit more.
Yeah, because it's not obvious. He mentions it in the first conversation.
Oh, when all the music's going on and they keep cutting between people being followed and not followed.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Okay, no wonder I lost it.
It's easy to get distracted. So, yeah, he's trying to find the family and they find out relatively early on the dad is dead. The kid is missing. And the kid has autism. Fuck's sake. And the mum is missing. We don't know where the mum is. But the boy's being held by these, I don't know what you call, like cartel guys. Don't know why, what purpose the children are being held for. They said ransom, but there's no one to ransom him for because everyone is dead. Like, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, so basically they're people smugglers who bring people into the country but then like force them to work or to be like sex slaves or whatever, or hold them for ransom and ransom them off to people. And it's all horrible anyway. They're really horrible people. But it turns out that they do track down the mum, and it turns out she had a horrific car accident and had to have facial reconstructive surgery. So no longer looks anything like herself, despite having absolutely no fucking scars on her face whatsoever. And it turns out she's the assassin that J.K. Simmons was talking to about trying to find these people in the first place. And she's been all the way through the movie, and she's conveniently got fucking amnesia, which is not how that works, by the way. not only has she got a completely different face, she also appears to have a completely different body.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I think she's at least like 3 inches taller.
And younger.
And younger. It's insane.
They've made her, I don't want to be horrible to the original woman they used in the photo, they made her hotter.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, definitely.
The only way to put it.
But also, she's now got this apparently acquired savant syndrome, which can get in the fucking bin.
I knew you didn't going to like this film, but yeah, you really hate this film. Keep going.
To be honest, like, if it was just a standalone action movie, I wouldn't hate it quite as much as I do.
Oh no, I know
would just
why
think it was like, boring. But it's boring and fucking annoying all at the same time. So yeah, and it turns out she's the mum. And yeah, then they, eventually Ben Affleck and John Bernthal find the kid and kill the bad guys. Because it's an action movie and that's what happens. Yeah.
Why does he decide to help Christian Wolf? Because what's her face who also is back from the first one? Cynthia Addy Robinson, yeah. Maribel Medina.
Yeah, Mary Beth.
Does he help just because she asks?
I think so. No, I think it's because J.K. Simmons has been killed and he wants revenge for him.
It's just convenient that this boy's also got autism.
I think so, yeah. I think it's just...
Wow, yeah. That's lucky.
Yeah, convoluted, isn't it?
It is a little bit, isn't it, to be honest? It had like a 9-year gap before the first team and the second film. Long enough for you? Because there was rumours, because you've only just watched this,
I watched the first film for the first time like 2 days ago, so there's been no gap at all for me.
Because I watched it ages ago, and there was always rumours that they were going to make another one, and they kept announcing it throughout the years. And it always felt like the film that probably didn't need a sequel.
I very much wish they'd never made a sequel.
Yes. Did you miss Anna Kendrick?
She's not in the first one that much.
No.
But I do. I always miss Anna Kendrick, obviously, because she's an amazing actress. But I don't know. The first one felt a lot better.
There's a lot more accounting in the first one.
Yeah, there's a lot more accounting in the first one. It also feels a lot higher budget, I would say. The supporting cast is a lot stronger, I would suggest, in the first one.
That's yes, because the people that he goes after in the second one are nobody.
Yeah,
It might have helped having no offense to let's just find the boy's name, Robert Morgan, the man. It might have helped having a recognisable bad guy to go after.
Yeah, that's true. Like it's John Lithgow in the first one, right? Although, that's a spoiler because you don't find out it's the bad guy till later. But you've got Anna Kendrick, you've got Jeffrey Tambor, you've got John Lithgow, you've got Gene Smart. There's big kind of names in there. Like, I think, just that first one just felt a little bit better quality, I would say.
Okay, because this one's a very different film. Like,
yeah, it is.
Tonnage, the way it's set up, the way it plays, it feels very different from that first Accountant film. Like I said, I think they're really relying on the chemistry between Affleck and Bernthal and this one a lot to carry it through.
Yeah, and they do have good chemistry. Like they do. And it's. I mean, John Bernthal was very much just the Punisher in these movies.
Brilliant. I think he's great in any film.
He's playing the same character as he does in The Punisher, pretty much, which is fine because he does that very well.
Very well.
And yeah, I think they do have good chemistry. I think he's probably the best thing in this movie. But yeah, it doesn't really need to exist, and I wish it didn't.
Well, there's rumours of a third one now.
Oh, good.
And I'm going to quote the director, Gavin O'Connell, who made a brilliant film called Warrior a few years ago. Okay. It's going to be like Rain Man on acid or something, he said.
I don't think anyone needs that.
Well, also, let's just...
Rain Man is about one person with autism, okay? One person with autism. It is not representative of everyone with autism.
No,
there are not multiple people like that. Okay. Like,
what you normally say is when you meet one person with autism, you met one person with autism.
Exactly right. Exactly. But
everyone's got their own personality and different. It's just like being.
But if you sit in Hollywood, like any kind of Hollywood thing that has anyone with autism, they are a math savant or a computer savant. They are kind of like, some sort of sort of special power, essentially, that other people don't have. And you know what? It's not accurate. It's just not. I want a Hollywood movie about someone with autism who actually has autism, who actually struggles, who has, obsessions with fucking, I don't know, whatever, poetry.
Yeah. Is it just bad taste? Is that it? Is it just...
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just, it's just stereotypes. That's what it is. And it's easy and lazy stereotypes. I think that's the problem.
Because in the end of the day, Affleck's is playing a part. He hasn't got autism, as far as I know.
But he doesn't. And the voice he puts on really annoys me. It's like, people with autism don't have a weird voice, dude. Why do you sound like a robot? Where's that come from? Like,
again, Hollywood.
Again, fucking stupid stereotypes. Like.
Llévate más de lo que esperas todos los días con el nuevo McValue en McDonald's. Ahora puedes comprar uno y sumarle otro por $1. Así que cuando tu equipo favorito enfrente a sus rivales, enfrenta tus antojos con $5 Meal Deals. Y si estás corriendo para alcanzar el desayuno, corre al app para llevarte ofertas antes del cutoff. Tú decides, y con McValue, tu decisión siempre rinde más. Precios y participación pueden variar. BOGO $1 válido para un producto de igual o menor valor. Debe estar registrado en Rewards para ofertas en el app.
At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, get deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Now's the best time to get that Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of limited complimentary maintenance. Don't think you can get away with all that? Think again. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. It's a great day for a new Hyundai.
This episode is brought to you by Pluto TV. Pluto TV has all the shows and movies you love streaming for free. That means laughter is free with gut-busting comedies like The Neighborhood, Key and Peele, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Mystery is free with countless cases to crack from Criminal Minds, Tracker, and Matlock. And thrills are free with heart-pumping hits like The Walking Dead and Defiance. Feel the free. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Shall we can't talk box office because box office numbers haven't come out yet.
Okay.
But it is coming out in the same week as the release of, the re-release, 25th year anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. It is also came out the second week after Sinners, which you've seen. I know.
Don't watch this, watch Sinners.
Yeah. Which is incredible and still is playing very well in the cinema.
I hope it makes $1 billion. It deserves it. It's so fucking good.
I think Ryan Coogler's just amazing. I haven't even seen it yet. So we're going to talk Rotten Tomato numbers. We are going to do the first and second one because there's only 2 of them. So why not?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so critics for The Accountant from 2016, 285 reviews.
I think it's fine, the first one. I don't think it's great. I think it's fine. So I will say 61%.
53%
okay.
from critics.
I was thinking 50s, and then I was like, no, they'd probably be more generous than me. But they weren't, turns out. I should be a critic after all.
Audience.
Audience, I think, will like it more than critics because, explosions.
Yeah.
So I will say 68% for audience.
77% for audience.
A bit higher than I thought it would be.
We move on to The Accountant 2, which is 2025. It's 2 hours, 5 minutes long. Probably could have been a bit shorter than that, to be honest. 146 reviews currently from critics. What do you reckon?
I think this is going to be one where the critics are low and the general public are high because, again, explosions. So critics, I would hope, no higher than 43%.
Okay, it's still early days, but it's currently sitting at 78%.
Fuck off.
The Accountant 2 is a decently passable thriller and a follow-up to the original.
No, it's not.
It's solid stuff, sold well, and in the end it helps the whole hokey affair become an unexpected and amusing experience.
Really?
Here's a negative one you might. By my calculations, this is a misguided affair that, despite decent action and strong chemistry, proves that autism has quite a way to go in filmic representation.
That is a proper critic who understands what they're talking about. Yes.
Hey, Jack Martin from Film Feeder. Well done,
yes.
sir. You made Rich very
Someone who actually knows what they're talking about.
This is Robbie Collin from the Daily Telegraph UK. The Accountant 2 is sillier, more rambling and reactional than its predecessor, and all the better for it. Perhaps as close as 2020's Hollywood will ever come to producing a modern-day Dirty Harry without imploding with guilt.
No, Robbie, no. Come on the podcast. Come and talk to us. Come on.
Rich,
you're wrong.
you. Okay, so audience.
Yeah, I think the audience are going to like it more. So if it's 73 for critics, I think it's going to be 79 for audience.
Again, it's very early days, but it's currently sitting at, and I don't want you to shout at me, at 92%.
I'm not going to shout, so I'm not going to say anything.
He's not going to get angry.
No, I'm angry. I'm just not going to shout.
I think you're right, because audience is, and I'm going to be horrible, they don't care how
no, they don't.
Autism people
well, no, they do,
them.
because this
you
is,
think?
Yeah, this is my whole point, is that to a layman audience watching this movie, that's what an autistic person is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly,
we're saying the same thing. Yeah. We're
So
saying the same thing.
It's not that they don't care, it's that that's what they believe someone with autism is. And that's the problem, right? That's the whole problem, is that people who don't know anyone who's got autism, or don't think they know anyone with autism, they probably do know someone, think that autistic people are Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, this fucking guy, and like, I don't know, someone else they've seen on the telly. That Rain Man. Yeah, that's what people think of, right? And that's the problem. Is because I'm sure there are some autistic people who act like have the same traits as these people, but it is not the majority. And that's the issue, is that people will not see a problem with this movie because that's what they're told to believe autistic people are, Yeah. So many times when I get, like, I explain about my son, I get people go, "Oh, I bet he's great at maths." I'm like, no, he's fucking not. He hates maths.
Would be handy.
Yeah. I'm like, no, he hates maths,
but he loves Pokemon.
But yeah, well, he loves Greek mythology, he loves history, he loves facts. Like, he likes facts, but he doesn't like maths. It's not his thing. It doesn't feel real to him. It's an intangible thing for him, so therefore he doesn't like it.
I hate it. Okay, well, depending on how this goes, there may be a third one. So I can't wait to have that conversation with you at some point.
Yay.
Hopefully, maybe it's a bit more of a road trippy one between the brothers, dealing with each other. Maybe that might be fun.
That would be a lot better. If it, to be honest, if it was the brothers in a kind of Rain Man-y kind of way, I guess.
Yeah.
Then their chemistry is enough. Would it get me past Ben Affleck's really hideous portrayal of someone with autism? I don't know, because I think that is a choice to make that character talk like a fucking robot. Like, I don't know. You listen to the Stuart Laws episode, listen to the Pierre Novelli episode, and come back and tell me that that's what autistic people sound like.
Yeah, I agree with you. And then slash the dickhead Robert Kennedy Jr. outburst the other day.
I don't know.
Have you not seen that?
No.
Yeah, best stay away from that then, Rich, because you will really just throw something across the room.
Okay, good.
Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's rate this motherfucker then. Out of 7. And is it unequal sequel? That's an interesting question on this one, because they play differently.
It's an unequal sequel for me. I think the first one is better.
Okay.
I have the same problems with both movies. This one I've just found a bit dull, so I preferred the first one. In terms of, I might surprise you with what I'm going to give it though, because I think
it's a hard one to rate. Yeah.
In order for me to rate it, I have to take off the autism hat a little bit, and I have to think about kind of how is it as an actual film, and if I was watching it from a different perspective, what would I give it? And I think it's probably a passable action movie. It's not good. The plot is muddled.
The plot's the problem.
Yeah, the plot is really muddled. I don't care about the bad guys at all. They're very ineffective. But Would I watch it over something like Morbius? Yeah, I probably would.
That's how offensive that film was to you.
Yeah, that's how offensive it was. So I think it's probably a 2.5.
I think that's fair from you, yes.
I think that's the best. That's the most I can give it. Like, I don't think it's... other than the fact it's offensive, I don't think it's offensive. You know what I mean?
I know,
I
think I get what you mean, and I think the audience as well. Because I think, weirdly, apart from, like you said, the Effie storyline and that, if it didn't have the chemistry between the two strong leads, I think this film would be really in trouble. But you've got those two people carrying this movie.
Yeah.
Single-handedly. Like you said, the storyline is absolute fluff.
Yeah, it's crap.
And I don't think
really
it's crap.
Is.
And it really is taking a step away from what is reality, especially with the X-Men Mansion stuff. And once people have seen it, they will understand what I'm talking about.
I really hate that. I do like Ben Affleck's Airstream, though. That did make me really want to buy.
Yeah, that's cool.
I really want to buy a caravan just so I can go to the Lake District at the weekend or something and just, sit in the quiet.
I quite often watch people have van life, and I think it's more of a thing to do in America because there's places you can stop.
Yeah, and it's not as
and
cold.
Just park up, and it's not as cold, and there's more places to shit and maybe shower and stuff.
We do that in the woods, Dave.
They're in the UK. Well, I'm looking at one of these ones that have toilets.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You still got to find places to park up, and people don't think you're all going to rob them
or you're
whatever.
dogging.
Oh, yeah, that is also a problem. Dogging. I'm just going to rock up, have this nice bit of Epping Forest, and next thing you know, there's cars around you flashing away. And I used to live near Epping Forest, and I can tell you, there is a lot of dogging. And there's a lot of people just walking in and out of the woods with each other.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And you can have a nice little walk, and the next thing you know, you turn around a corner, and there's a guy with his pants down.
God.
And it was a sight to behold. Stuff like that.
Don't go to Epping Forest, I think is the answer.
Don't go to a certain part of Epping Forest. There's some other bits that were absolutely delightful. But the action stuff I enjoyed. When they're just shooting at people, and I'm not really concentrating and worrying about what they're shooting at, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or why they're doing it. There's some good actiony bits. I mean, it looks like they know what they're doing with the guns. So that's always impressive for me.
Yeah.
It's not John Wick.
No, but it wants to be.
It would like to be.
If you want to see a better representation of autism, watch John Wick. I'm 99% convinced that John Wick has autism. Like, he's got better autism traits than any character in this movie.
That's interesting, Rich. We should do an episode one, Dave, just on this.
Yeah, we should.
An essay piece. Is that what podcasters do now?
I don't know. It's M from Verbal Diorama does incredible essay pieces, right? Like that's the one to listen to if you want film essays. Like, go listen to Verbal Diorama. That actually takes planning and effort compared to us. Yeah. She's actually good at this.
I haven't even rated this yet. So you're a 2.5.
Yeah.
Out of a 7, I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
I know it sounds bad, but I haven't got the concerns about the autism. But I am learning more about autism from you.
That's okay.
Which is great. My eyes have been widened because the first time I watched The Accountant and Rain Man for that instant, I love Rain Man.
Don't get me wrong, Rain Man is a great movie because it's a movie about relationships between two brothers.
Ooh.
Like, that's what the movie is about. And this movie could be that if it wanted to be, but it just fucks it. So I'm hoping if the third one is Rain Man on acid, maybe they're leaning more into the relationship between the brothers, because that's actually the best bit of this film.
That's the bit I want to watch.
Yeah, me too.
Also in this one, there's very little mention about, well, this is a whole argument about you need to watch the first one, very little mention about the father and the background of the brothers either. The first film does a lot of heavy lifting.
There is a lot of that,
stuff.
yeah.
It's not one of those action films you can just pick up and go with. You'd be really confused about what the fuck's going on if you haven't seen that film. And I don't know how many people have seen The Accountant, so
I don't know, but don't go and see 2 if you haven't seen the first one. It's free but what was it? I can't remember what it was on. It's on Now TV, I think. So yeah, it's on subscription. If you've got Now TV, you can watch The Accountant before you go and watch this. But to be honest, I wouldn't do either of those things. I'd just go and watch Sinners.
Or Revenge of the Sith at this point.
Yeah.
I am a 3-starer. I'm also an Unequal sequel. I enjoyed the first one more because I'm a big Anna Kendrick fan. And you still get the John Bernthal stuff. He's still in there. The end of the first film's really good, guys, I think, when everyone's realising what's going on. There's some really nice stuff.
I like the end. I do like the reveal of the end of who Justine is, basically. Like that's
nice. Clever, yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
This one didn't have that one. But here we go. Sequel sessions has begun. Let us know if you've seen it. I hit my hands together like a warrior.
Like, sequel time!
Sequel time. And now Rich will tell you everything else.
I think I just pulled a muscle from flexing then when I did. That's how old I am. If you want to let us know what you thought of The Accountant 2, get in touch. We're on all the social medias. Just type in Unequal Sequel and you will find us. You can also email us. We are unequalsequel@hotmail.com. Let us know what you thought. We will read out your comments at the end of the month roundup. We've been having some brilliant comments recently, so please keep them up. You can comment on our YouTube and on Spotify as well. We'll make sure we check those. So do make sure you comment. If you wouldn't mind, whilst you're commenting, whilst you're sending us stuff, if you wouldn't mind giving us a little review, 5 stars would be amazing. We had a lovely review this week, and I can't remember who the review was from, but thank you. It
was a lovely Irish person.
Oh, thank you very much, whoever you are listening to our podcast. You are incredible. Yeah, we love those reviews. They do help other people find the podcast, and also it gets us closer to becoming certified Rotten Tomatoes critics. We would very much like to do that, so keep the reviews coming, please. If you really like us, if you want to hear a lot more from us, you can join us over on anotherslice.com/unequal sequel, where for just $2.99 a month, you can get sequel sessions, which are sequels to all of our interview episodes, and you'll get extra bits from our guest. There is a free one on there. The Stuart Laws one is free, so get yourself onto anotherslice.com. You can listen to that one if you want to hear me rant about autism some more. Also, you have Disenfranchised, where we talk about movies that are supposed to have a franchise but didn't, and Box Set Mentality, where we look at movies in a box set or a franchise and talk about them individually, go into a bit more depth in each of those movies. We've just finished the Of the Dead franchise, and we're about to do the Goal franchise?
The Gold Trilogy.
The Gold Trilogy.
Or just, I think it's not the Gold Trilogy. Can't add the goal.
Oh, okay. Well, no, it is. Okay.
Which I'm probably going to find more insulting, people who made a football film that can't play football. So I'll go on my rant.
Yeah, and I couldn't give 3 shits about football, so there we are.
Here we go. Balanced again.
Yeah, so get over there, anotherslice.com/unequal sequel. Like I say, it's only $2.99 a month. It's half a coffee a month. It's amazing. And it helps us keep the podcast going. But yeah, if that's not for you, just make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we'll drop into your popular choice every time we've got a new episode, which is at least once a week and twice a week at the moment, because we are in the middle of season 8. Well, we've had some brilliant guests. We've had some incredible conversations. There's some amazing people. And yeah, you need to keep listening, because we're getting better at this every time we do it, I think.
Yeah, we are. We're past episode 6 of season 8 now, so we're on the downward hill to the end, and closer to the episode 100, where me and Rich will talk about our best worst.
Oh, that's so close now.
It is inching closer and closer.
We've finally been able to that. So many people ask us what our best, worst and dream sequels are.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
So what are yours? I'm like, well, you have to wait.
You're going to have to wait.
But if you listen to 100 episodes, you might have worked out a few.
I've been keeping mine quite quiet. So.
I know yours.
No, I don't think you do.
Definitely know your best.
You definitely know my best. Yeah, that's probably obvious. I was still flip-flopping on my best until recently. I've only just finally, solidly on it. But,
okay.
But yeah, you won't know my worst or my dream. Definitely not. I'm keeping them close to my chest.
Something to look forward to. Keep sending all your thoughts in. We love getting those. And yeah, thank you very much. It is a goodbye from me. Bye-bye. And it's a goodbye from him.
Bye!
See you on the next one. Sequel to this one. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Is it wrong that I really just wanted a bit more accountancy?
No, it's called The Fucking Accountant, Rich.
Yeah, but the beekeeper's called The Beekeeper. Is there a lot of beekeeping? I don't know.
She's a beekeeper.
Yeah, but Ben Affleck's an accountant-ish.
Yeah, but he is in the first one. In the second one, he's not.
No,
He's given up accounting, really.
Yeah,
In that first one, there's a
is
lovely
true.
scene when he's helping the old people.
I
trying
like that scene. Yeah,
That was a good scene.
That's a good scene. Yeah.
There's none of that in the second one, really.
No, there isn't.
Oh, well, we just reviewed it. Until the third one comes out, we don't have to think about it again. So that's good. Good.